it's a little intense out there right now for our investors, for our, buyers, for anyone who's really going in at it. I want to talk with you a little bit about the pulse of the market right now. First off, people are talking about potential rate increases. Do you feel that with the very low inventory, again, under 600 homes active in Rhode Island, single family, under 150 active multifamily, under 130 active condominiums, so low, so low, we should have in total 5,000 to 6,000, okay? Do you feel with the talks of rates going up that it is driving more people into this housing market?
I think that we're dealing with the same buyer pool that we normally deal with. But when people consider selling their home, and probably many of them went through a refinance in the past couple of years, so their rate is probably, it could be in the 2s or the 3s.
Yeah.
And they look at getting pre-approved, and the rates are in the 4s, 5s, they're like, wow, we might be upgrading our house or downsizing appropriately, but the rate and the payment are like more than what they have now.
That's a solid point, Matt. That could literally also be inhibiting listings.
Right. If a customer calls the DiSpirito team and says, hey, we really want to live in Narragansett. We've lived in Cranston our whole careers. We're ready to retire and want to move to Narragansett.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that's great. We'd love to be able to help you sell and buy. And it's a complicated transaction, but with the right process and the right experience, the right team with you, it could be a very easy, process that to take on and execute. Your question normally is, have you spoken to a loan officer? Are you planning on financing?
Yeah.
And if they say no, and that, who do you recommend? You recommend them to your lender, whether it's me or any other lender that they happen to know. And that's the first step, is to say, okay, how much do I qualify once I sell my house in Cranston and relocate my equity towards the down payment of my new spot, which is in Narragansett. We want to retire down there. And you call me up and I'm like, hey, we could definitely do that. The current rate is 4.25 right now, and they currently have 2.75. That difference, which is where the rates were in that range a couple of years ago, and over the last couple of years they've ticked up slowly. That difference is going to be like, wow, we didn't realize it was going to be that high. What happened? Why can't I get the 2.75 I have in my current house?
Yep.
And now all of a sudden it may change your influence if this was the right time to retire and buy that house or not. I think there's some of that going on because I've spoken to clients of ours that they originally applied in 2020 and 2021. They had a house to sell. They haven't sold the house yet, and they cannot find a house that they really love. And now over the course of the last 2 years, their pre-approval has changed. It's gone up possibly a couple $100 more because the rates have gone up. So now it's like, all right, do we just stick this out until they come back down again? Or, it is what it is. And, we just have to deal with it.